Welcome to a new episode of the DJwivesLV podcast. Make sure you subscribe on the podcast platform of your choice. Don't miss any updates. Follow DJwivesLV on Instagram. And now, coming at you from Las Vegas, let's begin.
So for those of you who don't know, us DJ Wives love our hot workouts. And our studio of choice is Hotworx. And today we have a Hotworx owner, Allison.
Yay.
Welcome, Allison.
Thanks for having me, lady.
Yeah.
Thanks for being here.
Yeah.
You're responsible for our youth and all our pores that come out for all working out. So thank you to you. We love to get sweaty with these girls.
Thank you for keeping us healthy.
Yeah, you're very welcome. That was my goal.
Yes, and we're getting there, right?
Yes.
You ladies are kicking butt. You're doing great.
Yes. But for anyone that doesn't know, explain what will you find in a Hotworx studio?
Oh, just the health benefits overall. So I'm actually a registered nurse, and I love the clinical benefits of Hotworx. I found Hotworx about 3 years ago, and it truly changed my life. And I had to find a way to get this to everybody and just help everybody. It doesn't matter your athletic ability or your lack thereof, or if you've never worked out, or if you're a pro athlete of some kind, the benefits will find you. And everybody will have their own benefit from it. But when you come to our Hotworx, you will find a happy vibe of really great, positive people, very welcoming. We have 9 infrared saunas that you work out in. And we have a whole traditional gym area also with weights and cable machine, all of that good stuff, so you can get your workout done. It's 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, unlimited
That's what we
access.
love.
Yeah, you can come in at 4 a.m. You can come in at 6 a.m.
So there's
9
no
p.m.
excuses. Nobody
Yes,
can
no
say, I
excuse.
don't have the time. Oh, yeah, you do.
You have the time to sweat.
Yes.
And tell us, because we know, obviously, there's 15-minute classes also. So anyone that says they don't have the time, you have 15 minutes, right?
We do.
So break down some of the classes.
Okay, so we have actually 11 different types of sessions, workouts. We have 8 different types that are the isometric sessions. So those are your static postures that you're holding to create those long, lean muscles and get that full detox. Like yoga, Pilates, things like that, hot buns, get your glute workout on. And then we have 3 different types of HIIT workout. That's the high intensity interval training. So those are going to be your shorter workouts, so 12 and a half minutes. You're in a 125 degree heated sauna with the infrared. So you're getting that deep penetration, the good detox, and the heated workout. So you're getting your core temp right away up. So you're already burning. And so you don't need to work out for 45 minutes to get hot. You're there right away.
Right.
So you're in there 12 and a half minutes, and we have a cycle. We have a water row machine called Thunder, and then Hot Blast, which is an elliptical bike trainer.
That's my favorite.
Yeah, you
I got
guys
my
are loving that
favorites
one. Yeah.
So then, other than those classes, do you see other people come in for other reasons, like just to sit in the sauna sometimes? Yeah.
Yeah. We have some teenage athletes that work out with us, and some of them actually come in with their moms, and they'll just lay around on their phone in there to get the infrared benefits. I have a friend who actually had a hip replacement, and he doesn't necessarily follow along the actual session itself, but he has his own stretching that's provided by his PT and his doctor. So he'll come in there and he'll work his stretching routine that he was provided by his doctor. So it's your own time in the sauna. So
I think that's what I love, is that the saunas are small and personal. So you book it, and you have a max usually of, most people are only 2 in there, right? And so you can actually do your own workout as you choose in the privacy of that little sauna.
yeah, it's great.
And you can control the temperature, which you couldn't do in other hot studios, right?
Yeah.
Are you girls' temperature pretty high in there? I
Yeah.
am. 126?
Yes.
All right,
Yes.
good. Want to keep
The hotter
it.
the better.
Don't people say, like, why are you guys working out? Probably just the flip side of how people, why are you working out in a hot when it's already in Vegas? It's like, how do you come back and tell them, like, what's the difference? Because you can be walking around in the heat. Obviously, you're going to be infrared, but they don't understand the concept of, like, how the infrared saunas just, like, do a recovery for your body.
Also, we should explain there's a virtual instructor in there, meaning a screen with a
Yes.
teacher. So You don't get that by just standing outside in Vegas heat.
Yeah, exactly. And we have far infrared systems. So the far infrared is the good benefits of the sun without the bad. So the near infrared is the toxic type of the radiation. So we have the far infrared, so that's the good kind. So essentially, yeah, you could walk around outside, but you're also getting the sun rays, which can be harmful. We all know that. It can hurt your skin. It can, the cancers and things like that. So you're getting the good benefits of the sun without the bad. And you're in your heated sauna, and it's so much better. And the heat's different. It's not like a brutally beat down sun type of heat. It's just the deep penetration heat that just feels so good.
And also in comparison to other hot studios, like I used to do, another name brand yoga a long time ago, it's a different type of heat. So explain the difference between those heated rooms and then the infrared saunas.
Yeah. So the infrared saunas, we use a good, really clean wood. It's called Canadian hemlock. And so that you have that nice natural sauna smell. But then the heat we use is the far infrared. But the heat comes from our heat sources versus being pumped into the room with just some generic heater, if you will. Right. Plus, we don't have the humidity. So other styles use humidity to mimic, maybe where they originated, things like that. There's not really a science benefit behind it. So when you have the dry heat, you actually can breathe better. And so it's just a different source of heat. So we have two types of heaters in our saunas, and then the really clean wood. And so my grandmother actually is 100% Finnish. So I grew up with that background of sauna, and we always had a sauna around in Grandma's house. And my grandma was born in 1913, and she always had a sauna, and she lived into her 90s at home, no medical conditions. She used to walk the golf course with her 90-something-year-old husband, and they had the best life running around in her 90s because she had no medical conditions because she always had a sauna built into her home. Wow. And so I really feel like that, being a nurse, looking at the clinical backgrounds, and then being a part of it just for my whole life, knowing the family that does the cold plunge and then the sauna and all of the health benefits from it. It's just, I don't know, it's naturally just kind of maybe how I ended up here. And it's just the sauna is just different than being outside.
So how do you tell someone who, like me, I was not used to doing those hot workouts. And what do you tell someone that's intimidated by the heat?
Good question. I have a lot of, women. I'm in my 40s, so I have the moments, and I have a lot of women that say, oh, I don't like the heat. I'm already hot enough. But I just tell them you just got to give it a try because it's different. It's a different heat. It penetrates differently. It actually helps to reset your endocrine system. It helps with the hormone balancing. It helps with that deep, deep detox with the inflammation. So you're going to get the health benefits from it, the anti-aging, the skin boosting. So it's not like you're just in a hot room because of a heater with humidity and uncomfortableness. Like it's just different, and you just got to give it a try to see, because once you're actually in there and you give it a try, you realize the difference. And the first couple times might be a little challenging. Yes. And then after a while, sometimes I go in there and I think that maybe my heaters are broken because I can't feel the heat, even though the temperature says 130, 125.
Right. That's progress.
Yeah. I'm so used to it now. I'm like, it's not hot enough, so you get used to it. But you just got to give it a try.
Explain, what are some of the medical benefits?
Ooh, now you're talking my language.
Right?
So inflammation is the root cause of so many chronic illnesses and diseases and just issues with pain, discomfort, circulation, processing, just so many things. So the number one health benefit from the infrared is the decrease in inflammation. If you can control inflammation in your body will function at the way it's supposed to, at that optimal level. And so then you're getting the discomforts in your body, you're going to start feeling better. The infrared benefits include increase in circulation. It helps lower blood pressure. It helps you de-stress, so you're more relaxed. It helps with endocrine system, which we talked about, the lymphatic drainage. So you're getting rid of toxins out of your body at a deep cellular level versus just a water sweat. So you're breaking through those barriers where your body can't break down toxins on its own. And the infrared penetrates enough so that you are doing that. So now your digestion is better. Your sleep is better. When your digestion is better and our overall body health is great, now we're sleeping better, we're happier. So then we're going to make better decisions in our life. We're going to enjoy our day better. So we're going to have, it's just an overall snowballing effect of just happy benefits. I mean, like I said, I'm 43. I look better now and I feel better now than I did 20 years ago because I'm proud of myself. I feel more confident, but I feel stronger, I feel healthier, and I sleep amazing. I have two little kids. I should not sleep this great.
Right?
And truly, if that's the only benefit I get out of it, I mean, I'm golden.
That's golden.
Yes, yeah.
You said that you just learned of Hotworx like 3 years ago. I mean, how did you come to own one in such a short amount of time?
I'm a little wild in my decisions of when I really fall in love with something and commit, I just jump in.
That's amazing.
So I have a really good friend of mine in Colorado. Her name's Courtney. She's my best friend. And she had moved to Colorado from North Dakota during COVID, and she could not find her hot yoga sessions anywhere. So she had looked at hot yoga on Google or something, and a Hotworx ad had popped up, and she's like, have you ever heard of this? And I said, well, no, I haven't, but now I'm interested because I used to do the hot yoga back in the day as well, but my time was limited. I didn't have...
Because those were so long. Sometimes those would be 90 minutes, and I would be
more
like,
than an hour.
Yeah. And you would need like 3 hours basically to like get there, do the workout, then go home. You're out so many hours. And as a mom, a busy mom, that's just impossible.
Yep. Busy mom, young kids, work, life. And the thing with COVID at the time was you could work out in the saunas by yourself. So they were one of the only gyms that were still open in that early days. But overall, I just started looking at the benefits. So I went and tried a session. And because it was only a 40-minute workout to do the isometric, I did hot iso, which was a mix of yoga and Pilates. That was my first one. And I fell in love with it. And I'm not a super big gym rat person. I don't have that background. And I felt really comfortable in there by myself and just following along the virtual instructor and I just felt energized. I felt really happy.
So she found one in North Dakota?
She found one in Colorado.
Oh,
actually.
in Colorado.
Yeah, because she had moved from North Dakota.
Oh, I see.
And then no hot stuff there.
And then you found one here.
I found one here. I did.
It.
And then I was talking to the owner of that one, and I was saying that my friend was looking to the business of opening one where she was in Colorado, and she was like, oh, you should open one here. And I said, oh, you're crazy. There's no way there's any licenses. I just didn't think that there would be even an option for that. And so I looked into it, and there were some licenses still in Vegas available. And I don't know. I just jumped in full on. I told my husband, we're doing this. I believe in this so much. It can help so many people. And here we are.
Well, we're glad you did because you're close by.
Yes.
And we're there.
We love the location and
we needed it in our
the accessibility
area.
for us and our husband's time that they can also jump in for get a quick workout with the crazy lifestyles and their schedule. So we appreciate having something that just fits our schedule with no reason or excuse not to go and stop by.
Yeah, like if you truly believe in your health, and you can give yourself 12 and a half minutes.
Right.
Even if you just stop in and do one session on your way home, you don't have your tennis shoes on, that's fine. Even the HIIT, you can get on the blast bike with socks on. You know, it might not be super comfortable, but you can get it done. So if you're truly committed to making some type of difference, this is an easy thing to do because it is, you can impulsively book on the app. You can be in the parking lot and find something to do. It's not a super planned out situation. No, I come from a long service background, if you will. I studied social work in college right out of high school. Then I did bartending, waitressing, and then being a nurse. Being a nurse is very much a customer service base. You have to make sure that your patients are comfortable, the families are comfortable. So I'm always thinking about how I can make you comfortable there. So what would I like? And I don't want to look down at a sauna when I'm working out and see, I call them hairy corners, like a little hair in the corner or something.
Good.
So I'm constantly we're always cleaning. We're providing the sanitary means to, keep down on germs and things, but also just to make it fresh in there. And
we've talked about this. I'm a germaphobe too, but how do you deal with the smell of sweat? Does it bother you ever?
No, I mean, God, I'm a nurse.
Yeah, she's dealt and smelled.
Her tolerance is pretty high.
That must be why.
And being a mom too, I don't look at it as like a challenge. I'm just getting it done to make sure it's nice for myself and for everybody else. And Sweat smells are just something that we deal with, which is great because the deep detox sweat is stinky. And, you know, a water sweat is not. And so we want the deep cellular level detox
And that's
sweat.
deep.
It's deep, but it's great because our wood is that Canadian hemlock wood, so it's one of the cleanest sourced woods out there. We have sanitization spray, if you will,
Yes.
that we like to spray the air, and then we have our oils and things like that around. And so I feel like when people use their mat and their towel, our towels are really absorbent. So as long as you're staying on top of your mat and towel and the sweat's going in there, you're taking it with you.
Yes.
True.
And then we do have pretty stringent cleaning processes that we follow during the week. Wednesday's our day when we're all there and we're always deep cleaning. So we just stay up on it. And you know, if you don't,
You guys do. I have
do.
to say it's very clean.
Very good.
Yeah, it's never an issue.
I have a question
Yeah.
about is there a such thing of like booking etiquette?
Oh,
And the reason why I'm asking
Yeah.
is because say a session, 2 people booked a session and there's one available still. I usually try to steer away from it because I would think that those 2 people would want their privacy in the sauna. But there are other people that think differently. If there's availability, they'll book, right?
Well, so that is definitely something that comes up, especially when people are signing up. They're like, oh, 3 people in there. I personally have never seen 3 people in there that didn't know each other. I think essentially we all appreciate the privacy of being in the saunas, and with one other person, it's fine that you don't know. That first time you might be a little uncomfortable, and then you realize, oh, this actually was pretty great because there's a level of competition.
Yes.
And so it kind of pushes you to be accountable on your own actions too. So the stranger's doing it, I can still do it too, kind of thing.
Yes.
And so I think with the availability of so many different types of sessions that we have going all of the time, we have 4 HIIT saunas that you can get in every 15 minutes. So if you do want to do a hot blast and you already see 2 people in at the 4 o'clock one, and maybe you want to challenge yourself to do something different, and you might do the 4 o'clock thunder or the 4 o'clock cycle, or you just wait a few minutes and do the 4:15 blast. So I don't naturally see people seeing 2 booked spots and saying, oh, I don't know those people, I'm going to jump right in with them.
Right.
I don't really know a lot of people that feel comfortable enough to do that. And if they do, it's fine. We always make it work. But I really, in all my years being a member at various studios and being an owner, I have not seen that be an issue because we have so many options, you know, so many options.
Yeah.
And I do remember during COVID, 2 was the max.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They did not want 3 in there. So, and then it changed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Obviously.
So,
But 3 is tight.
three's
Three's
tight.
good.
We can make it,
Comfortable.
especially with the HIIT. I think 3 in there, you really don't notice you're on a machine.
True.
I think when you're in maybe like a hot Pilates or a hot yoga
class, yeah.
and you might be with 2 other people you don't know, it could get interesting. But,
Yeah.
you know, we make it work. And truly, there's so many options. I've never seen anybody do that. So it always works itself out. It's
Have you
great.
ever had any funny or bad experiences with any customers or as an owner or as a member?
Ooh, that's a good question. I mean, funny all the time. We're laughing all the time, right? We're always laughing. So my favorite thing is when I hear a new person in there or just maybe a vocal member and they're really having a great session and they're starting to talk back to the virtual instructor.
Oh my God.
You know, where they're like, come on, you can smile. And they're like, I don't want to smile. Here's my smile, you know? And they're like, you know, they're jazzing themselves up. So you might hear some stuff from people in the sauna, like they do a little scream or something. Like, yeah, we're getting it. And, you know, they're powering through that last 30-second cycle ride. And maybe they've done, say, 3 cycles in a row and they're really struggling and they're at that really, really high tension. And they're just, you know, grunting to get through.
Yes.
And they come out smiling and you just see that they just had the best time and they push themselves and they're proud of it for getting through. So I find humor in that when I just hear the little noises from the saunas.
That's true. That would be funny.
Yeah.
We always know already when you go too much, like you already know what's going to come next. That's it. Like I told my husband, all right, it's time for grind time because the last 5 minutes, it's just going to get intense. And we're like
Finish
getting at
strong.
it and we're talking to each other and we're talking to him like, oh my God, people think we're crazy up in here. But you know what? Self-motivation and you get driven and, you know, whatever works to get you your last last 5 minutes.
Do what you got to do.
Exactly. Put
Well,
that
there you
sweat
go.
in.
Those are the people that you hear.
Yeah,
That's
Tanya and Hector.
Yeah,
right, you guys.
And then we added music, so I'm like, people are gonna be like, "What is going on in here? We're just
gotta
getting activated here."
It's your time in the sauna. You do you. I mean, I have fighters that come in their sauna suits with their earbuds. You know, they don't even watch what the girls are doing on the screen, and they're just in there. I mean, full on fast pace the whole 15, 30 minutes that they're doing it in there to get their sweat on, to get ready for a fight or a show, to get their lean on, you know, and they make some noises and they're having a good time and they're making it happen.
Wow. That's
It's
amazing.
literally for everybody.
So, if you had customers, any customers that you've had to save or been there at the time of need as being an RN, if somebody like overdid themselves and passed out,
Not yet.
Wow, that's
No,
good.
no.
Okay.
Oh, Allison helped me.
really?
I
What happened to
accidentally
you?
squeezed sanitizer. Well, it exploded.
Oh, yeah.
And it went into my eye right before class started. And so I was like, crap. And then it hurts, it was stinging. So I was running out. She happened to just be walking by right when I went out. And she's like, what happened? I was like, my eye, I have sanitizer in my eye. And so
Oh my gosh!
she actually helped me.
Yeah, she was
Way to
running to
go,
the bathroom,
Allison.
and I was like, "No, go to the water fountain because you need that the flow." So I had her shove her face in the water fountain, and I turned it on, and she sat there and washed her eye like an eye wash.
Go, Allison!
And she got right back in her session, and
she was ready to go. Like,
yeah.
forget it.
I
We
was
got
like,
this.
Thank goodness for Nurse Allison. I was
Exactly.
like, wow.
That's why I feel comfortable too. If I ever had an issue where I would just collapse, like I know if Allison's there, like
Yes.
I'm gonna be all right.
Yeah, we got you.
know?
I'll get you going so you can get back
I'm
and
gonna
finish.
put you as emergency contact. Yeah.
Yeah.
Seriously.
It's helpful. I mean, just being a nurse, I love educating. That's my favorite part of nursing always. So I have people that ask me questions about things, and I just give them to the best of my ability, whatever that question might be. Just how I had a gentleman in there that had a stroke, and he hadn't worked out for a long time, and he had an athletic background, and he came in and it was having trouble with his mobility, and it had been some time, so it wasn't like an acute situation, but he was trying to get his mobility back. So we just sat and talked a little bit about certain workouts and certain things he could do in the sauna and everything, and just from a caring standpoint. I'm not his provider, but I was just giving him some advice on things, and he just felt really comfortable and happy that I was there to show him a little bit, and again, I'm not practicing medicine or anything, but I'm just guiding him along, like, if you have this mobility issue, try this. Or, people come in with, like I said, their PT regimen from an injury or something, like always get clearance from your doctors. But if people, my mom needs a cardiologist, do you recommend anybody? Or, I need a new pediatrician, who do you recommend? So, and just being a mom and just being able to help people in that way, there's just helping people, I love that.
That's
And
good.
my one of my staff members, Jacob, we call him a TSA, they're trainer sales associates. He's actually in the EMT program.
Really
And
good.
so he wants to be an EMT. So we sit and talk a lot about, the heart or cardiac function or bone names or muscle names. And so I'm always kind of helping him get comfortable with the lingo. And so we're always chatting medical stuff. And
Oh, go
love it.
Jacob.
I know.
Yeah.
He wants
So
to be
nice.
a firefighter eventually. So
Wow. I could totally see that.
yeah. Yeah. So
You have a great staff.
Yes, she does.
Your manager too, and they're always very courteous. They greet you and you're going to work out and they're greeting you. Most people just want to go in like a gym, like typical gym, but yours is a little bit special. I think it
Like
has what
family.
it takes. Yes, and
Thank you.
I appreciate that. So it just makes it more worth coming to your location.
Yeah.
And it's different. So
I think we spend a lot more time talking than working
We
out
do.
sometimes. It's like we're just
that's what we're like. We need to bring you on and kind of let people know what you're all about and everything extra about you, because there's just so much, aspects of like your facility and your workout sessions and everything else that helps us to say like, hey, we healthy in health wise, we're still definitely going to gain a lot more than just like the workout. It's the mental, it's the distress, it's like everything else that you've already had mentioned, but we appreciate that. So tell people where you are located, where they can find you. And I know you always have events, pop-ups that you invite everybody to bring friends. We will be there. It's just like our work hours because we do. But we go after 8 o'clock to work out, just to let you know.
So we are actually located on the northwest corner of Durango and Sunset over by IKEA.
Yes.
And so I actually had signed the lease there quite a few years ago waiting because that spot is so great.
Yes.
And everyone's seen the construction delays, which we were holding on, and we're there, and we have some great neighbors. The Ben's going to be there. And then in our shopping center, we have Snooze coming, which is a really fun brunch place. We have Yona. It's the owner of that. Rob is
doesn't help.
So great.
Allison doesn't help.
I know.
Doesn't help.
The rock and roll sushi. But then there's going to be UPS. There's a place called Ortho Bar, so kids can have their dentist and orthodontist there. But everybody in there, all the owners of the businesses are so fun. We're going to have a lot of fun block parties there together. We have a lot of fun plans just for that area. We just like to have a good time and bring really great people together. I always say my vibe attracts my tribe. And we've truly just amassed some fabulous members, and we all love each other. There's a lot of great networking. Everybody just laughs. We have a lot of fun in there, and we put on costumes and goof around for parties and do a lot of giveaways. And I don't know, we just like to have fun. I mean,
I love it.
It's a fun place. After being in a stressful environment for so long, in the hospital and just being a stay-at-home mom for a little while and all of that, I truly love being at the studio. It makes me so happy. I love getting hugs from everybody before you work out, not after. And just smiling and just seeing everybody come in there happy. They leave happy. They're all red from that good circulation and sweating.
Always.
And but it just makes you happy, and just the endorphins.
Endorphins flowing.
Yes. And you feel good coming in. You feel better when you leave, and you just know you're always welcome there. I mean, and we're always helping. Whether you've never worked out a day in your life, we'll be there to show you exactly how to do it.
Exactly.
Or if you've worked out every day of your life and you need something different, some type of cross training, some type of muscle recovery, detox. You had an injury and you can't work out as hard anymore. You know, our creator is an old bodybuilder from not old, but from the 90s, and he's a very fit gentleman, but he just can't maybe push himself as hard anymore in a cold environment. So when you're in the heated environment, you really can progress your workout. And so he created the infrared sauna workouts, and
thank goodness he did.
I know. Over 500 studios open all over the place. We're overseas, Dubai, UAE, Ireland, Australia. I mean, we opened in New York City. We're in Chicago. We're just everywhere, and
that's great. So that anyone who's listening to this who is not in Vegas can look one up. And find one.
We have a Sweat Everywhere membership, so you pay a little bit higher on your membership. But like right now, we're at $59 just for our studio, so that gives you 24 access to us. But if you pay $79, you have access to every studio in town and all over the world, and you can go there whenever.
That's great.
And whoever's just curious about going, they can walk in for a free tour, right?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. You can go on our website. Just go to hotworx.net and find our studio. You can find a studio nearby. You can click a link. You can schedule yourself a free workout. You can give us a call. Anybody that wants to join that's listening to this podcast, for at least my studio, I'm sure others will happily oblige to some type of promo. But anybody that wants to join, we're going to offer you free enrollment. So just mention this amazing podcast.
Lucky.
You're welcome, everybody. No excuse, right?
Yes, no excuse. And so you'd be zero enrollment, and then $59 a month gives you unlimited access. We don't charge you for cancellation fees. You book on an app. You cancel on an app. It's all good.
Yes.
Amazing. Well, thank you, Allison.
Thank
We're
you,
so
Allison.
grateful
Thank
you
you so
came
much.
by.
Thanks for having me. I really appreciate you,
Yes.
ladies. It's so great getting you out of the studio and talking here. And I cannot thank you enough for having me. Truly, this was a very special moment. I was
fun.
really flattered that you asked.
Aw.
It's our pleasure. We wanted to make sure.
And like you said, educating people.
Yes.
You wanted to do that. So thank
I'm
you.
there. You guys, anybody that wants to pop in, we all love our infrared. We're all very passionate about helping people, and we just want you to leave there comfortable, and we'll work with you until you are.
Exactly.
100%. We got you.
Oh, thank
Alrighty.
you.
Well, that wraps up our Hotworx session with Mrs. Allison.
Thank you,
Check her out and check her studio. If not, hit one of us up and join us on a free class. Thank you for joining us, Allison.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
Kales.
Thank you.